Greetings, members of Standing Committee. I've had a rearrangement following this morning's service of the flags to see if we can realistically squeeze quite a few more people in the church building, and I think we can. So let me show you around, and then hopefully you'll agree that this is acceptable. So follow me. So this is how the building looks at the moment. So you'll see that what I've done is to put 2 flags on each pew. There is actually 2 meters between the flags. I've staggered the pews at this side with the pews at that side, which again gives us a few extra centimeters difference. And you see now there's just one spare pew between between the pews where people will sit, and it is 2 meters just. And then I've also put out 2 chairs here, you'll see. And down the sides, I've removed the one that was in the music group, because obviously a person can't sit there and see the screen, can they? And then what we need is for people to sit by the wall, to sit on the side pews, and that will give them 2 meters distance from the people sat in the middle pews, but at the end. And the only problem with this arrangement is walking down the aisle. Anybody walking down the aisle is going to be within 1 meter of the person. But I think it's a fair argument to say that that is hardly going to happen at all. People are going to come into the building and then be seated throughout the service, unless they need to nip out for the loo. And the only coming and going is going to be when we have communion, and that'll just be 2 people who will be masked up. And then at the end of the service, if people don't leave, if they behave themselves and don't leave until a sidesperson say it's okay to go, then again we can mitigate the fact that people are within 2 meters of each other. In addition to that, well, I should say that there are now 36 flags in position in the body of the church, including one over here, which is on the King and Queen chair. You see I've moved the piano over by the door here and put the King and Queen chair here so a person can sit there. That means there's now 36 flags in the body of the church. In addition to that, there is the PowerPoint projector seat and the sound desk seat. That's 2 more, isn't it? And then 2 people can sit in the narthex, the wardens, or a warden and the sides person. Okay, so that takes us up to 40. And then at the front, we'll have the service leader and the co-leader. And actually, you could still fit another 2 people up here. So maybe if the preacher was a different person, they could sit here as well to the service leaders. And then maybe another warden or a sides person, if we were really stuck, could sit up at the front as well. And that would then take us up to 44. So I think if you're happy with that arrangement, it is pretty much 2 meters between all the flags, other than walking down the aisles. And if you're happy that that is only going to happen a little bit, then I think we can get away with that. And that would mean that we could fit pretty much everybody from our usual 9:30 congregation into the building once again, minus 1 or 2 who are continuing to shield for the time being. So what do you think? Can we go ahead and do that? If so, then please let me know. We probably ought to get that minuted in the PCC as an extraordinary standing committee minute, just to cover ourselves. That is a collective decision, but I think that makes sense to me. I'm fairly happy with that, and that certainly gives us good grounds for filling up the 9:30 service and then planning for a second service in September, which will be more aimed at the contemporary service people. Okay, let me know what you think.